What if the biggest decision in your life, the one that changes everything, doesn't come with certainty? It comes with fear. 4 years ago, I made one of those decisions, and today I'm going to take you inside that moment because in this video, you're going to learn 3 things. How to move forward when you're scared and unsure. How the legacy you come from can become your blueprint for your future, and how one decision can change not just your life, but generations after you. If you've ever doubted yourself, if you've ever questioned whether you're ready, or if you know deep down you're meant for more, this story is for you. I'm Jessica Rojas, and this is Real Talk on the Red Chair. 4 years ago, I was sitting at this table, signing one of the biggest investments of my life. And if I'm being honest, I was terrified. I didn't know if I was making the right decision. I didn't know if I was ready. And I definitely didn't let many people see that fear. I kept it to myself, smiled through it, and signed anyway. Because deep down, I knew something. I knew I wasn't just doing this for me. I was following a blueprint, a legacy, basically a lineage of powerful women who came before me. You see, my grandmother, Rosaura Irizarry Pellicier, a woman in Lajas, Puerto Rico, who created opportunity out of nothing. She brought women together, had them embroider handkerchiefs, and made sure they got paid so they could provide for their families. She didn't wait for opportunity. She created it. And then came my mother, the youngest out of 16. She came to this country with no English and an 8th grade education, but she had vision. She worked first in a factory, but then became a cosmetologist and somehow found the courage to ask for private financing. She bought her first building that way. That building became our home and her business. It was a mixed use, so we lived upstairs and she worked downstairs. And basically it became a place where she helped over 20 dozen people build their own lives. So who was I not to try? Have I been scared? Yes. Have I faced challenges? Yes. Have I failed? Absolutely. Have I been knocked down? More times than I can count. But I made a decision. I was never going to stay down. You are ready. You are worthy. They can knock you down, but they'll never knock you out. That is Kendall Toole right there. And I love those words. Just like Les Brown says, you have to stay hungry. Okay? And E.T., I can, I will, I must. All of these things run through my mind as I was signing those papers. Ultimately, life will hit you unexpectedly hard, but you have a choice. You can bend so you don't break. Rabindranath song. You adapt, you grow, you keep going because the future version of you is depending on the decisions that you make today. That day after closing, I asked my family to meet me in the parking lot. And I told them, this is bigger than me, with God first and my family beside me. This was the beginning of something greater. SGR Enterprises. Not just 12 doors, but 12 doors to freedom, 12 doors to stability, 12 doors to a different future. And the initials, SGR, they're not random. They represent my boys, their names, their legacy. Everything that I am building is with them in mind. This is for my children, but it doesn't stop there. This is a place where I guide and train agents to become CEOs of their own lives, a place where we help families achieve the American dream. My boys, my mom, my sisters, they're my reason. They're my strength. They're my purpose. This journey hasn't been perfect. I've made plenty of mistakes. I have doubts daily. I have questioned myself. But one thing I have never done is quit. You don't have to be the biggest. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the fastest, but you do have to be resilient and relentless. So I stay hungry. I'm all in, always. I continuously am fighting, learning, pushing, being brave, because tomorrow isn't promised. So the question is, what will you do with today? What will your story be? And how will you leave your footprint? Please share with me. I would love to hear your story. As you know, I've been having plenty of interviews. I'd love to interview you. Maybe your story is going to resonate with someone. So please like, comment, share. This was Real Talk on the Red Chair.